Okay, like I said in my last video, I'm only really making videos once in a while. If there's something that I don't think anyone else in the vegan community has said anything about, that's about it. That's all I have to say. I know the quality's probably not that good. It's a shitty camera. It might be a little crooked because I didn't spend that much time setting it up. And I don't edit anything. It's all one shot. If whatever I say. I don't write anything. It's just kind of a basic idea. But this video I'm making to address, because it's really been obnoxious as fuck on Facebook or any social media, the myth of the smug vegan. It's so ridiculous that everyone's like, oh, vegans are so smug, vegans are this, vegans are that. And I haven't found any videos that address it, so I'm going to, because I think it's the most annoying thing about meat eaters. Oh, my dog, if I'm looking off that way, it's because my dog keeps looking in the window at the neighbors and I'm making sure she's not getting into trouble. But anyway, the entire concept of veganism, for people that don't know, is basically that no life is more important than any other life. So you have no right to take it just because you enjoy taking it. And there's been countless studies that you could watch every other freaking video on the planet, vegan video on the planet, that basically shows this, that, there's no nutritional need for human beings to eat meat. I've done both. I've been vegan for about a year. I was eating meat for 33 years. I'm 34 now. And I can tell you 100%, studies or not, I've done it. Vegan is the more healthy way to live, and you feel better and you look better and all that crap. But anyway, so really the only reason to eat meat is because you enjoy it. So you're basically harming others simply because you want to, which is pretty much the definition of smug. Like I said, vegans' entire concept is just because you want to, you have no right to harm other living beings. Whether it be a cockroach, a mouse, a rat, which everyone else on the planet finds disgusting and they'll just kill them as they please. As a vegan, you don't, because your life and a rat's life or a mouse's life or a cockroach's life are the same value, which is pretty much as humble as you can get and not smug as you can get. That being said, are there vegan douchebags? Are there vegan scumbags? Are there vegan assholes? Yeah, just like there's meat-eating scumbags and douchebags and assholes. But the term smug is just so ridiculously inappropriate, and in my opinion, the reason omnivorous people use the word smug is simply because they want to shoot down anything a vegan has to say before they even say it. They want to write off, basically, your opinion on what they're doing and why they're doing it and things to that nature, because deep down, I think every human being knows there is no reason to harm a living being. There's just basically, bacon tastes too good, or ham tastes too good, or steak tastes too good. But they don't want to deal with the fact that they're just doing it because they want to, not because, and there's no need whatsoever to harm other living beings, because deep down human beings are good and decent, but they're also very good at lying to themselves. So they want to tell you you're smug, but when it comes down to it, it's just the right thing to do. And it's not a matter of being smug, it's a matter of trying to educate people. And that's, you could say, oh, well, he thinks he's smarter than everyone, he's being smug. It's not thinking someone's smarter than I ate meat for 33 years. I didn't think I was a moron, and I don't think people that eat meat are morons. It's just all the bullshit. The meat industry is just pretty much all over the place telling you meat. There's no one saying you don't need it. So a vegan is just kind of like, hey, maybe they don't know, so maybe I'll tell them. It's not a matter of being smug. That's how I found out. Vegans told me. They said, hey, maybe he doesn't know. I'll tell him. I didn't know. I had no idea how horrible the meat industry was. I had no idea I could build muscle on a plant-based diet. I had no idea I could be healthy on a plant-based diet. Everyone tells you, you got to take 400 supplements a day or 20 supplements a day or whatever if you want to even live being vegan, let alone be healthy and muscular and athletic. So, it's just a matter of education. And like I said, there are douchebag vegans, but just being vegan and stating your opinion isn't smug. It's not a smug thing to do. And that's basically what I see a lot of online. A vegan will, maybe the World Health Organization thing, or there was what really pissed me off was people were posting videos of a pig playing in the leaves that probably everyone's seen at this point. And then, a vegan would write, every, animal should be allowed to do this, or every pig should be allowed to do this and not be stuck in factory farms being tortured and murdered and blah, blah, blah. And then a meat eater would be like, but bacon. The vegan was being actually nice, and the meat eater shows up and is being a smug cocksucker. You know what I mean? What I see online more than not is the omnivorous, the meat eating person, is the smug one. The vegan will show up and say something like that, and like I said, There's exceptions to every rule, so don't be like, wow, well, a vegan was mean to me online once. Well, probably, like, nobody's perfect. No group of people is perfect. But, you know, you got the meat eater coming on and be like, that would be so delicious. Maybe. Yeah, bacon was delicious. I used to eat it. Delicious. Rape is probably delicious to people that rape. Slavery was probably delicious to people that own slaves. It's not a moral argument whether it's delicious or not. Like I said, it's doing something simply because you enjoy it, i.e. is delicious, is morally wrong. You know, a lot of guys would probably like to bang every hot girl they see, but they're not going to go out and rape them because it's morally wrong. People used to own slaves because they enjoyed having free labor, but it was morally wrong, and people realized that. You know, people back in the day saying, you know, rape is wrong, people saying rape is wrong still, they're not considered smug. If you walked up to a rapist and said, you're a fucking cocksucker, no one would be like, oh, that guy's so smug, calling that rapist a cocksucker. No, everyone would be like, yeah, that guy's awesome for telling that rapist he's a cocksucker. And you might not see the comparison. You might not think raping people and raping animals and murdering animals is the same thing. I personally do. I personally think we're on the same level. I think human beings are not in the food chain. We're a different class altogether of animal. But I don't think that makes us better than any other animal out there. That's the thing. I think my opinion is a little different than some vegans. Like, I do think human beings, in a sense, we're better. We have better technology, and things like that. But doing something simply because you can doesn't make it right. Like you know, going back to the rape scenario. I'm stronger than most women. I could probably rape them. But I'm not going to because it's not right. And I'm not saying I don't have an urge to rape anyone. I don't want to rape anyone. But I feel like humanity, in a sense, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent now, should get to the point where they have no urge to harm any other living being. So that was a tangent. I don't think I could even link that back to the whole smug thing. But anyway, that's the whole thing with the smug myth. And like I said, when I go online, I see more smug omnivores. Like, I actually clicked on like a Hardee's ad for a cheeseburger just to see, like, you know, are vegans just like exploding into like the meat eating universe and just tearing, you know, meat eaters apart every chance they get? And there wasn't one comment from a vegan being like, meat is murder, blah, blah, blah. You're all going to burn in hell for eating meat, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying that's my opinion. Meat is murder, but the burning in hell thing isn't. You know, I'm just saying I didn't see anything like that. But if you go to any vegan post, within the first 100 comments, there's at least one meat eater blabbing about what a fucking douchebag they are. Just so proud of what a douchebag they are. So the whole smug vegan thing, it's just bullshit, and it pisses me off. And it's just annoying. It's obnoxious, and it's not true. Like I said, there's vegan cocksuckers, there's vegan assholes, there's vegan douchebags, there's vegan fuckfaces. Just like there's, you know, meat-eating cocksuckers and douchebags and fuckfaces. All right, I'm about at the 8-minute mark. That's about as long as I like to make a video because I don't like to ramble, and I have rambled. Guilty. It might be the pre-workout because I was trying to just fit this in real quick. But anyway, in summary, the smug vegan is a bullshit way for omnivores to basically deflect any stats or facts you want to throw at them, or appeal to their sense of kindness before you even get a chance. That's exactly what it is. It's all it is, and it's bullshit. And like I said, online at least, I find, even in person, because I have a job, I go to work, and people, when they first find out I'm vegan, I get it. Well, not all of them. There are a lot of ones that are like, that's really cool, I don't think I could do it, blah, 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 like, what do you eat, things like that. But some of them are just flat out retarded, like, oh, I guess that was smug of me to use the R word. I'm sorry, I apologize. So maybe I am a smug vegan. But anyway, but I wouldn't go out and eat one. I wouldn't eat one or harm one. That's the difference. But so that's kind of where, you know, at work, some people just say stupid shit, like, you don't eat chicken wings? Like, no, it's meat. Actually, one of my bosses was there, and she was like, no, it's meat, dummy. But anyway, but just, yeah, so even in real life, online, anything, I find that omnivores are more smug. It's more smug in their nature, just because, you know, you have to be smug, at least about your species, to eat meat. You have to be smug to, like, know something was tortured and murdered, and eating it when someone tells you, you know, physically you don't have to. People see me and I'm perfectly healthy, and they're like, you don't look like you're vegan. Well, I am. It's bullshit propaganda that tells you that vegans can't look like a healthy human being with muscles and stuff like that. Not like I'm the hugest dude, but I look alright. But anyway, And that's really all I have to say about it. And as far as vegans thinking they're morally superior, anybody who chooses not to harm living things as opposed to someone who does choose to harm living things just because they feel like harming them because it's tasty, I don't think when you put it in that context, as far as not food wise, but as far as do you harm living beings or don't you? The people that don't harm living beings are morally better. And if that's smug, whatever. I don't think it is. I think it's just what it is. Like I said, like harming versus not harming. Not harming. If you take the food context out of it and just take it as a statement, harming living things, harming living beings, or not harming living beings. Not harming living beings is the more morally appropriate thing to do, and every human being on the planet knows it. Like I said, they just don't want to admit it because changing their way of life is too difficult for them, even if it's just a little change. Like, it's really not that hard to be vegan once you get through the first couple weeks. Couple weeks suck, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, was that still talking about what I was supposed to be talking about? Kinda, but anyway, bit of a tangent. But like I said, in summary, it's bullshit. It's just deflection. The smug vegan thing, it's just deflecting and telling, and trying to keep your bubble where it is and not open up your mind or open up your opinions to anything. And that's it. I hit 11 and a half minutes, and I apologize if you made it through this whole video. Thanks. Thumbs up. Appreciate it. If you didn't, I understand, because I don't have much of an attention span either. All right. Later.